All right, guys, take an updated look at the current bracket and seed lines heading into Friday. There's been a little movement today. We had some changes on the bubble. We also had a change in the A10 automatic qualifier at the moment. So definitely there's going to be an A10 automatic qualifier as Dayton was eliminated from their tournament. So A10 is going to have two teams, which is bad news for the bubbles that are trying to get an extra bubble spot. As of right now, the only extra bubble spot potentially at the moment is if FAU wins the American. Other than that, you're basically hoping there's not any bid stealers. Otherwise, there's going to be even less bubble spots. If, let's say, Indiana or Ohio State wins the Big Ten, for example, that's going to eliminate another bubble spot. So if you're a bubble team, you got to be pulling for FAU to win the American so you can knock USF out. But we had a little movement today. All right. So the changes in these conference tournaments are more teams moving up than it is teams moving down. Teams aren't going to get punished too much for losing in the conference tournament. They're not going to move down that much. But let's go ahead and discuss a little bit. All right, so the one seeds are still unchanged at the moment. Purdue, Houston, and Uconn are all locked into the one seeds. The only one that can change still is that last one if Tennessee or Arizona wins their conference and North Carolina doesn't. Looking at the two seeds, all right, Tennessee, Arizona, Marquette, and Creighton. All right, so those top three are locked in, or North Carolina. Like I said, if they move around, Creighton, I think, could get jumped by Iowa State or Illinois, depending on what goes down. If they both run their tournament and win it, I think they could easily jump to the two seed. But as of right now, those are the twos. Looking at their threes, Iowa State, Illinois, Duke, and Kansas. I think Duke is fine on the 3 seed line unless Baylor and Kentucky win their conferences. Now, Kansas, on the other hand, they're kind of close to dropping to a 4. They could get jumped by a lot of teams to this 3 seed line. Could be Baylor, Kentucky, Auburn, also South Carolina, and Texas Tech could jump all the way up from 5 to 3 by the time we're done with things. All right, look at the current 4 seed line: Baylor, Kentucky, Auburn, and BYU. BYU is the only team on this list still not playing. All right, although the 3 teams are playing, so they can all move up. I don't really think any of them can drop, but South Carolina could definitely jump up to a 4, as could Texas Tech or Alabama could jump BYU, I think. 5 seed line: South Carolina, Texas Tech, Alabama, and Northwestern. None of these are moving down besides maybe Northwestern. Northwestern could be a lot lower. It was just tough for me to find another team that was deserving of this 5 seed line. But I think they could easily move down and probably will if they kind of rest anybody. Florida, Nevada, Utah State, Washington State are the 6 seed lines. I was going to move Nevada up today past Northwestern, but Nevada lost. Utah State keeps winning. If they keep winning or Washington State keeps winning, they could easily jump up to a 5 as well. I don't think Florida could. They just got too many losses. All right, looking at the 7 seed, San Diego State, FAU, Boise State, and St. Mary's. All right, San Diego State and FAU are still playing. The other 2 are done. Boise State lost today. St. Mary's conference is over. All right, looking at the 8 seeds, Gonzaga, Nebraska, Dayton, and Clemson. Dayton and Clemson are done. Gonzaga probably isn't going to move up unless one of these other teams just completely fumbles. As for Nebraska, they're probably going to be an 8 seed. If they lose, though, they could drop to a 9, but probably not. If Colorado State keeps winning, they'll probably jump Clemson in the long run, though. All right, 9 seeds, we've got Colorado State, Texas, TCU, and Oklahoma. Colorado State, like I said, if they keep winning in the Mountain West, they could easily jump up. All right, looking at the 10 seeds, we have Drake, Wisconsin, Mississippi State, and James Madison. All right, James Madison could drop depending on how some of these other so-called bubble teams do. Wisconsin and Mississippi State, I think, are locked into the tournament now. I think they're officially off the bubble, so they should be good there. All right, looking at the bubble, all right, the 11 seeds here, if they are italicized, so 43 through 46 is the last 4 in, so that's going to be the play-in games. Michigan State and Virginia, I think, are safe. They're in no matter what. I think New Mexico is too, and I'm pretty confident at the moment that Pitt and Colorado are in unless we lose a bid, like I said earlier, to an Oregon team, to Ohio State, to Indiana, one of those teams. Unless we lose a potential bid there, I think besides 46, looking at Providence, I think the rest of these are pretty set in stone. And I think 46 is probably going to come down to, as far as that last spot, going to come down to Providence, St. John's, Texas A&M, Ohio State, probably one of those 4. Now, Seton Hall, you could sneak in here depending on what goes down if we gain a bubble spot. But as of right now, this is your 11 seeds, Michigan State and Virginia. And like I said, that play-in games are going to be New Mexico, Pitt, Colorado, and Providence. Looking at the 12 seeds, Grand Canyon, USF, McNeese State, and VCU. VCU, a new entrant into the field. All right, I had Richmond here, then I had Loyola here. They both lost today. And so then the next one was going to be Dayton. Dayton's already locked in, obviously, with not automatic qualifier, but they had a large bid. So they lost 2. All right, next one up is VCU. Also, VCU, though, they are kind of a threat. They've played some pretty good teams, and if they get in, I wouldn't want to play them. 13 seeds, Princeton, Samford, UC Irvine, and Morehead State. Princeton and UC Irvine yet to win their conference. Theirs are still ongoing. Our 14 seed line, Colgate, Vermont, Charleston's, and Quinnipiac. Vermont and Quinnipiac still have yet to win their conference. All right, they're still going as well. Then moving to the 15s, Oakland, Akron, a new entrant. Toledo got knocked out today, which was the 1 seed in their conference bracket. So Akron jumped up. Then Sam Houston, they're going to benefit from Louisiana Tech getting knocked out. And then Norfolk State. 16, Stetson, South Dakota State, Longwood, Grambling State, Montana State, and Wagner. All right, so at the moment, the play-ins for the 16 seeds would be Longwood, Grambling State, Montana State, and Wagner. Grambling State hasn't won the Southwestern SWAC yet, but as right now, they're the favorite. And then if one of the other conferences, if somebody pulls a big upset that has a bad record, they could easily slot in here at the 16 seed, hopping Longwood off the playing games. As for the bubble picture, there's still about 15 teams alive for the Final Four spots. Pitt, Virginia, like I said, Virginia's in. Pitt, I think, is in. Kansas State, probably not in, but they have a lot of good wins. Big East, kind of a jumble there. Big Ten, Indiana and Ohio State, like I said, could potentially win the Big Ten, throwing a wrench in things. Mountain West, I think New Mexico's in. Pac-12, Colorado's in. Oregon, they're probably going to have to win the conference. A&M, a sleeper that could end up sneaking in if they end up getting a couple more wins in the SEC. And then Appalachian State and Indiana State are the next ones. Then as far as teams that got eliminated today from the complete tournament picture, Richmond, Loyola, Memphis, Wake Forest, UNLV, Iowa, Ole Miss, Utah, Villanova, and Cincinnati. All right, so that is my current bracket. Let me know your last 4 in at the moment down in the comment section. Let me know. Comment down below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe.